I love a stylish silver van. This unfortunately only ticks one of those boxes. This is the Vauxhall Combo Sportive. Round the front, as we can see, weirdly styled headlights. I'm not sure about them at all. It does have colour-coded bumpers and fog lights, being the Sportive. Fuel-efficient 1.3 engine, that's a good thing. I'll be honest, I think the styling improves the further back you go. Quite like these angles, don't mind the rear lights. The back end's okay. It's very boxy, which is great for a camper van. Oh, currently very practical yet ugly in the back. My name's Max McMurdo and I'm going to turn this in 24 hours into an outlandish micro camper. So before I purchased this van, I did measure the back and it seems big enough, but right now, being in here for the first time, it's very dark and dingy. These units have definitely got to go. Bless the old boy that owned it before me. I'm sure they've served him very well, but they are not for me. I mean, they're made of MDF. That's not a good start, is it? So let's get them out of here. It's quite sad. This would have taken him so long to build this and I'm just dismantling it. But I've got bigger and better plans for you. Come on. Oh, there we go. Ugh. That wasn't very glamorous. As a rule, if you find a screw into the floor that's aiming downwards, it's going to have been filled with water and grubbiness and grime and it won't come out and you'll swear at it. There we go. To remove the bulkhead of a Vauxhall Combo, it's not just 8 bolts like I might have thought it was about 10 minutes ago. There's also some rivets and there's also some fixings underneath the floor. So to lift the floor, you have to remove the wheel arches as well. So what I thought was going to take about 20 minutes in total to remove the bulkhead is now going to be about an hour. So I'm not going to hang about. Let's get this wheel arch out. Oh, that's interesting. They've also just screwed rather crudely into the wheel arch. And the other side of that wheel arch, there's a tyre spinning around that needs to not have a screw in it. Be gone! Not sure what that was holding in. There's also about 10 bolts holding the bottom of the bulkhead in. That seems excessive, but at least I can access them now. And they're not rivets. I can unbolt them, take the bulkhead out. Ta-da! There's going to be loads of natural light, I hope. Socket set. That's better. Look at that. Oh, so much more natural light. That feels like the space has doubled in size. And do you know what? It's not going to be a bad intersection between the front and the back when I put the ceiling in. That's good news. Right, how do I get this out? I know this part of the process is boring, but it's so important. Don't scrimp. Give it a good clean, then everything sticks well. And you don't have problems further down the road. But it is boring, granted. Top tip when you're applying sound deadening, always wear gloves. The edge of this is so sharp, it's like a knife. I don't often wear gloves in a workshop, but for sound deadening, it's a must. This stuff is so simple. Peel off the backing paper. Stick it on. And work from the middle outwards. If you're in any doubt whether you should sound deaden your van, just listen to the difference. This hasn't been sound deadened. Quite high and tinny. This has. You can hear the difference already, and imagine that when it's completely done all the way around, especially the wheel arches to reduce road noise and the ceiling to reduce the pitter-patter of the rain. It might cost you a couple of extra quid and take a couple of hours, but actually when you consider you're going to be spending a lot of time inside this van, it's well worth the extra effort. So the sound deadening is on. That only requires about 50% of the surface area to be covered. Now we're going to put the insulation on. Now this is a closed cell foam. It's 5mm thick, and it also has the foil. This effectively stops the condensation. As the warm, moist air from your breath comes out, it touches the cold surface of the van and turns into moisture. You sometimes get that on your windows on a cold day. So this is going to prevent that from happening. We're going to cover a lot more of the surface area with this. We're going to cut it in round there, trim it up, cover the whole van with this, and then it's time for the fluffy insulation. Then we can put the plywood back on with the carpet. And there we have it, a fully sound deadened and insulated van ready to be clad with plywood and then the soft insulation put behind it as the cladding is going on. It might be my imagination, but it feels already much calmer, much better acoustically. This might be a small van on the outside, but it's starting to feel massive on the inside. Let's get the carpet on the plywood, the soft insulation in, and then we can start having fun with some cabinets. This carpet is fantastic. It's called 4-way stretch carpet. It doesn't have underlay. It's not stiff like household carpet. It stretches and morphs, and it's really, really forgiving. Top tip is when you're applying it with a spray glue, you spray the wood in one direction and the carpet in the other direction, and that creates a kind of web effect with the glue. So first thing we've got to do is cut this carpet down to size. What I tend to do to prevent any overspray is just hinge that up like that, and then when I spray, it would only hit the wood, not the back of the seats. That looks lovely. I really like that colour. And there's not a single crease on the front. Recycled plastic bottle insulation is in. I've stuck that on the wall. I've even crammed it in all the little holes. Not too tight though, allow it to breathe. He's trying to trap the air in there. And now I'm going to put back the old plywood lining. That's going to go back where it was, and then carpet over the whole thing and wrap it around these sides. Rather than doing these panels separately and then having to have fixings on display, I think that will look a lot neater. And already the sound in this space is completely transformed just because of all that insulation. Right, screws in there. Two things I've learned so far doing this campervan conversion. The first one, I get very sore knees, now I'm old, kneeling down a lot. The second one is, I love 4-way stretch carpet. It's so forgiving. It looks daunting and sounds daunting, but I urge you to give it a go. On this panel here, after I'd insulated it, I put the plywood on, then the carpet just smoothed it through and continued it over the wheel arch, and you can see how it takes all those lumps and bumps beautifully. On this panel here, however, I took the plywood off, wrapped it in carpet, trimmed it round the back, and then applied it afterwards so that's all hidden away nicely as a separate panel. Then you'll notice on the edge here, it looks really neat. That's because I just pulled the rubber off, took the carpet right up to the edge, slotted the rubber back on, and that is a really nice transition between two different materials. Just cleaned up the plastic here. I think it's a van, it has plastic panels, that's okay. Carpet the bits that matter. And with all that insulation behind there, that is fantastic. When you're carpeting, my top tip is to work from the middle outwards. So smooth it in the middle, work outwards in every direction. That way you'll avoid getting creases. But like I say, it's really forgiving. It's nice to work with. And how good does this wheat colour look? It's such a warm colour. In a small space like this, I think a dark grey might have made it feel smaller. So I'm really pleased about this colour. Next up, it's time for the ceiling. That is going to absolutely transform this place. It's sound deadened, it's insulated, it's ply lined, it's carpeted, and now that ceiling's gone up with that warm ambient glow coming from around it. It looks like a different vehicle entirely. I can't wait to see the next phase, and that is floor rails going in, sliding the units. There's going to be a seating area over there, a seating area here, that transforms into a single bed, then space for a fridge behind the driver's seat, then a slide out kitchen here with a sink, tap. What more do you need in a tiny little van like this? It's such a lovely space to be. Sat here now, it's so hard to believe that only a few days ago, this was a rather beaten up old panel van. Had the bulkhead, the cabinets, lots of dirt and dust. It was a bit disgusting, wasn't it? Look at it now. How open and airy, light and bright does this space feel? The natural light flowing in from the front, the ambient LED lighting, and I tell you what really worked quite well and I've never done before, the wheat coloured carpet. As with all interior design, picking the right colour palette is key, and when it's a small space like this, I think these light colours work fantastically. The birch plywood units, the oak veneered ceiling, I think it just really lifts the space and makes it feel a lot bigger than it actually is. These two sofas, of course, they slide out to form a single bed that's 1.6 metres by 800 millimetres, perfect for a solo traveller. The slide out kitchen, that makes it ergonomically much easier to use if you're cooking and preparing your dinner. And even a 35 litre fridge. There's a lot of stuff crammed into this very small space. And visually, aesthetically, I think it's absolutely beautiful. The Vauxhall Combo doesn't excite me visually on the outside, but the boxiness really lends itself to a camper van. I'm sat back now, miles away from that wall. If somebody was sat there, we could be sharing a bit of dinner, a bit of food, having a cup of tea and a chat, and it doesn't feel too tight at all. It's incredible what you can do with a small space, isn't it? If you like watching me convert a variety of vehicles, then please like and subscribe and encourage me to be even more daft, because I'm really enjoying it. Thanks for watching.